can't believe how drunk you are.
I am not drunk.
Yes, you are.
I am not fucking drunk.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not fucking drunk.
New year, new chapter. You know, I was gonna start this video and I was thinking, like, I want to congratulate Sayama. Like, apparently he got married in 2018, and we only found out this like recently. And I, you know, I just wanted to say something stupid like, hey man, hopefully there weren't any bystanders in it. You know what I'm saying? And then this chapter came out and Keith shit has got horribly beaten up. Yeah. Play the intro. Yo, what up manga readers? Welcome to my Attack on Titan chapter 113 review. Super on time, am I right guys? Chapter just came out, it's fresh as... Yeah, no. Look, on top of the usual procrastinating that I usually do, I also got a little bit sick, if I have to be honest. You know, it's better late than never, am I right? Right? Huh? No? Yeah. So like initially, when I read this chapter, I thought, hey, this is pretty straightforward, you know, especially in comparison to the last one. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do here? I'm gonna talk about Zeke, and you know, that's it. You know, Zeke is a complicated character, but you know, it's not gonna be that long or that hard. And I'm sure you can already see, you know, how long the fucking video is. Look, man, but what can I say? Like, what can I say? I fucking love Attack on Titan. I want to talk about it every fucking time. I can't remember reading or watching something for this long and be just as excited for the latest thing. Hell, I'm probably more excited than ever. And if you love Attack on Titan just as much as I do, you've come to the right place, baby. Without further ado, let's just jump into it. So we start this chapter off with shit already going bad. Everyone that drank the wine freezes up the moment Zeke starts screaming. But what is exactly the factor that makes these guys freeze up, but the 30 guys in the forest like fully transform? You could argue that it's space, you know, like the screaming has a specific range and an AOE, area of effect. But this is paths, ladies and gentlemen, you know, connections that transcend time and space. It would be really strange for the screaming to be affected by fucking space. The solution for these characters would be to, you know, just run away as far and fast as possible from fucking Zeke. You know, a scenario that sounds pretty funny, you know, like everyone going to a Utopia district. That sounds funny, but you know, I don't think that's where the story is going. A more likely explanation is simply just intention. Zeke only needed those 30 guys to transform, and not literally everyone in Paredes that drank the fucking wine. I think it's believable that he can just willingly decide who gets to transform and who doesn't get to transform. But I do recognize if that is the case, like this whole thing could potentially ruin the whole drama with Gabby and her, you know, underage drinker friend. There's all these different ways to become a Titan. We've always had the serum, but now we have the gas and the wine. With the serum, like, people would just, you know, turn immediately into a Titan. But with the last two, Zeke has to come in for that to happen. My question is, if an alien, like can an alien, for example, drink the wine and be fine forever if Zeke just never yells? And what will happen if they made a serum using Zeke's juices and injected him into an alien? Like, would that guy transform immediately, or Zeke has to come in and scream? Like, what is causing all of these differences? It can't be, you know, like something like the serum is directly injected into the bloodstream. It can't be that, because fucking Rod turned into a Titan just, you know, by fucking licking it. Is it Zeke's royal blood? Is it the work of the Titan Biology Research Society, which, you know, according to Eren, they fucking suck? or the old Eldian Empire Titan tech. I don't know. This arc got so dense with the political and character-driven stuff that Isayama had to create the equivalent of a bomb for, the series version of a terrorist group. And I understand, I get the fucking intent. But this is so unlike what came before that there's there's no justification for it. At least right now. You might say, fucking, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, but it kind of does, okay? Like, this is one of the pillars of this fucking arc. Though, without the wine, things would have been a lot more different. To me, it's crazy how there's this pinal fluid that these Eldians are consuming, and somehow it's not triggering their transformation. Maybe Zeke's scream just accelerates the process and isn't actually needed. Like, they will become Titans eventually. They're like a bomb waiting to go off. I don't know. Like I said in my previous video, we are working with magical science here, and almost anything can happen, and all that we can do is really just accept it for the most part. But there's one thing we know for sure, and it's the fact that the wine masks the pungency of the beast. Anyway, I've rambled on for too fucking long, and oh my fucking god, I haven't actually even started talking about the fucking first page technically. I'm gonna need a lot more to this. Okay, so we can see Pixies. He dropped his teacup. I think, I'm not sure, like, it's not coffee. They didn't have coffee in the Return to Shingeki arc. That was an actual plot point. Well, maybe they do now. Anyway, this doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that he went numb, he dropped the thing, and the same thing applies to a bunch of other people in Paratus. Now, the most important thing here, though, is that, well, this fucking guy, like, oh, he dropped the paper. Whatever, man. Someone else didn't. Oh, hey, it's fucking Anka. She didn't drop the paper, which means she didn't fucking freeze up, which means she didn't drink the fucking wine, which means she's good to fucking go. What can I say? I fucking like you girls, okay? And I'm happy that she gets to live on, and, just hopefully she's gonna open more doors dramatically. It's just, unfortunate that she didn't do as much of a good job as, Pixie's caretaker as she did in Season 2. As for the military police, you can see Niall is still holding his rifle, which should be a good thing, but he has his fucking right hand like this, and, look, man, I think it's likely that he also went numb, which is a shame considering that back in chapter 108, like, he was drinking tea or whatever. There was only one guy drinking the wine, and that was fucking Rogue. And speaking of that piece of shit, is that him in the background, like, right behind Niall? Fuck you, man. This is what you fucking get, you piece of shit, for shitting on best girl Historia. I'm sorry, the worst girl Historia. The worst best girl. And it looks like Falco did drown in the kitchen sink, and apparently has nothing but a towel? Like, what the fuck? I find it real funny, the scenario of Flock just walking to the kitchen with his fucking gun, and just finds a fucking naked kid in the kitchen sink, and just, like, extremely confused. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Yo, Greer, do you have a towel? It's in the back. That was my impression of those two characters. Did you like it? Call the fucking Funimation or whatever. It's good that they would consider enough to get a towel. but I'm just wondering where the fuck are Falco's clothes. But yeah, it looks like Zeke screaming is also a good way to wake someone up, which reminds me of my mom, but I don't think she's a Titan with royal blood. Just a normal one. Anyway, let's talk about Pixies. Pixie says, "So you've done it, Zeke." It looks like he was already suspecting that Zeke was planning on titanizing the Waldians or something. Now, he is a smart man. He probably, deduced this from his conversation with Elena. We actually didn't see the full thing, did we? Like, maybe he was told about this. This is extremely unlikely, but, like, maybe he has crucial information that we don't know. Which is, like, why he decided to surrender to the Yeagerists? Maybe. Probably not. he is, at the end of the day, like, at his core, he is someone that cares about people, and creating more conflict with the Yeagerists should avoid many deaths. regardless if he has secret info or not, like, I think that decision is in line with who he is. Throughout the entire manga, maybe not we, Pixies is kind of a controversial character for some people, which is, it's funny considering what the manga eventually became, but let's not even go there. I have been reading the manga and just laughing at a lot of the scenes where, you know, Pixies is drinking and Anka shows up and just scolds him or sometimes slaps him, and it's crazy how now this turns out to be his death. I guess drinking really is bad for you, huh?
かつてこれほどまでにうまい酒を飲んだことがない。
Famous last words. It's sad that this is how Pixies is gonna go and not how he wanted. You know, being eaten by a stunning, beautiful Lady Titan. Why would Isayama create the female Titan and not fulfill his purpose? This is so sad. Can we hit 50 likes, everybody? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this chapter as we move on to the forest and we have Zeke still running and now he's shit-talking Levi. More on that a little bit later, but yeah, Zeke is a fucking asshole. As for Levi, well, he's clearly not having a good time. He very quickly comes to the realization that the wine had Zeke's spinal fluid. This realization also comes with a free, depressing flashback about how his crew got the wine. They mentioned that the new recruits got them the fucking wine, which, you know, obviously they're fucking Yeagerists, but since this flashback is like a month ago, this could like specifically be the same fucking recruits that, you know, defiled True Art, the shit machine, but it could just be other people, which makes me think just like how many of these new soldiers, this new generation are Yeagerists, which is scary to think about. Anyway, it's unfortunate that we don't really get to know these 30 guys, but even though I can really feel bad about them, I can very easily feel bad for Levi. Isayama in this chapter killed it with his fucking drawings. Levi has some fucking heartbreaking expressions. You can really feel his pain as he fights his comrades.
Oh yeah. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy! That's a thick-ass boy! Damn!
Levi mentions how these titans are really fast and their movement isn't normal, which is something we already talked about before. Zeke, even though like he doesn't have the coordinate, he still has a pretty good control over these titans. If you remember, you know, back in Season 2 in Utgard Castle, all those titans moving at night, that is not usually a thing. It just goes to show how crazy the royal blood like really is. Still, it isn't perfect control though. With some hesitance, Levi pulls his blades and cuts the fingers of one of the titans that attacked him. But before he can finish him off, he looks at his face and recognizes one of his soldiers, Barris. Even though Levi knows that once you become a titan you are pretty much gone, he still wonders if his subordinates are still in there. We have two great panels that really capture the feeling of entrapment of this whole situation. We kind of lost some of these simpler moments as the series progressed, and it's good to come back to this. And if you forget about how Levi's feeling, which is really fucking hard to do, especially when you look at his fucking face, man. Like just the sadness in his eyes, like yikes, man. This moments of resignation where he accepts that he has to kill his subordinates. Like Levi may come off as cold sometimes, but he cares about human lives like more than any other character in the series. Remember when the scene where we found out that Titans were humans? He was the only one there that seemed genuinely hurt by the fact that he has been killing humans the whole time. And now he spends a fucking month with these guys and they end up turning into Titans. This is so... Here's a fun fact to cheer you up. Did you know that this is the first time we've seen the 3DM gear being used against normal Titan since chapter 81? That's over 30 chapters ago, which is, like 3 years? Yikes. Feeling old yet? So after running for a little bit, Zeke gets tired. But thankfully, his Uber driver arrived and what is that? What the fuck is that?
I be flossing. I be flossing. I be flossing. I be flossing.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time something like this happened, and it'll probably not be the last either. You say I'm as a fucking meme lord.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
That does seem to be a constant, you know, just Zeke getting hurt by something hot. So Zeke says that, didn't I say that I didn't want to do something like this? Which is a reference to his conversation with Levi back in chapter 110. He then comments how, in the end, they couldn't trust each other, and once again we're told about how Porras just doesn't understand the rest of the world. What's more interesting is how he says that they have misunderstood the success of the surprise attack on Liberio. If you remember, back in chapter 106, upon seeing the Waldia just celebrating the success of the attack on Liberio, Zeke says, ignorance is a frightening thing. What did they accomplish with their attack on Liberio? Apart from eating the Warhammer Titan and getting Zeke back, it's starting to look like their main goal was to bring the world's military forces into Paratus and just destroy them with the rumbling in one go. But that can't be it, right? There has to be more to this. Using the rumbling was something Paratus was willing to do ever since they met Kiyomi, and that was Zeke's plan. Why is Zeke creating all of these conflicts instead of supporting Paratus carry out the fucking plan that he himself gave to them? Whatever the reason is, it can't be this unquestionable, undeniable good thing for Eldian. If it was, they would have no reason to fight against Paratus and say shit like, you wouldn't understand, Mom. Nah, man, there has to be something bad about this. And I'm not talking just, oh, in the peaceful way. No. There has to be some major drawbacks to this. Something that is a necessary evil in the eyes of, you know, the Yeagers and maybe the Yeagers, not doubt it. But it's something that they know. They know Paratus would not be okay with it. They would not agree with whatever they're doing, and so they chose to rebel against them. I'm sorry to go here, but let's imagine if Eren is the father and legitimately loves Historia. If that is the thing, do you think Paratus would oppose a plan that destroys the enemies and not sacrifice her? I feel like there's more. I feel like I don't think they would necessarily oppose that plan, so there has to be something else. Anyway, Zeke continues to monologue about how Paratus doesn't have the power, the time, and options to handle the world, and thinking that they did was their mistake. Well, he says it was Levi's mistake, which is weird, but okay, I guess. I mean, if there's someone to be blamed for the lack of time, that would have to be fucking Zeke himself. He's the one that fucking delayed his distraction for Marley until the very end of his expiration date. Got fucking Astoria pregnant. That came out wrong, and turned Eren against the military, which, you know, further delays everything because they can't fucking trust him. Delays and delays and more delays, endless fucking delays, all planned out by fucking Zeke, and for what? More time on the clock? He doesn't want to be Titan food? I guess I can agree with all those things. You know, like, I would like to live as long as I can and not be fucking eaten. And a story at least gets more time on the clock. Eren did say that he wanted his friends to live long lives, right? It's just, you know, not working out too well so far. Zeke claims that even if he said his true intentions, they wouldn't understand it. Yeah, cool. I really hope that there's a good reason for this, and it doesn't turn out to be forced bullshit for the sake of a fucking plot twist. This is what makes or breaks this fucking arc. If this reason is somehow bad, that's the fucking arc. And we have the return of Hobo Eren. Some might say best Eren. Personally, My favorite one is still Crybaby Eren from Season 3. Leave in the comments down below what's your favorite Eren. It makes sense though. This is what Eren looked like the last time Zeke saw him. And it's also the Eren that Zeke had the most interactions with. Off screen. The dialogue in this scene is very interesting, with sentences often ending in questions like right or right Eren or something similar. It shows that it could be possible that Eren could not agree or just not remember the things that Zeke is talking about. All of this could mean that Zeke sees Eren as an ally and, you know, not as a slave. Or, you know, maybe they were just having a path Skype call, like the one in The Last Jedi, and Eren just hasn't updated this profile pic in a long time. I probably should do that too. It's interesting how Zeke says that only he and Eren understand their intentions. Eren used to not trust Zeke just as pretty much anyone in Paradise. So maybe Zeke didn't just tell Eren some cool info. He might have shown Eren some of his memories, you know, to convince him via hand-holding. Something that used to be kind of funny and cute with Eren and the story, and now it's tainted by betrayal and beards. One of the things that I really don't like about this fanbase is really shitty clickbait YouTube titles. And not just, you know, the ones that spoil the latest stuff and ruin everything for everyone, like a fucking certain YouTuber, if you know what I'm fucking saying. But also just stupid ass shit like calling, you know, that one moment when Levi finds Farlan and Isabella in the OVAs and goes fucking insane because they're fucking dead. Just calling that moment God mode. God mode? Are you fucking kidding me? What is this shit? Fucking Dragon Ball? This isn't meant to. This isn't something to be celebrated, you fucks. This is a tragic moment, okay? Levi is deeply hurt by this shit, and to title this event like this is nothing but disrespectful. Ah! God mode? That's a fucking devil right there! So, yeah, Levi somehow just appears right in front of Zeke, covered in blood, and with thunder spears in hand, and just kills two of his titans. Unfortunately, one of those titans was the flossing titan, so... Rip in peace, man. Rip in fucking peace. Now that I've seen you, the days of wishing to get stepped on by the female titan are finally over, man. You were the best FT in the series. I will never forget you. Zeke takes this whole situation about as well as you could expect, you know, from someone who already got to experience some of the Hackerman slices, and finally turns into a titan, and we have our long-awaited rematch. I don't know if you can consider what happened in Marley an official rematch, but that was definitely entertaining. In chapter 107, when Levi and Zeke settle down in the forest, Levi mentions how there aren't any rocks for Zeke to throw. Unfortunately, Zeke's smart stat is 11 out of 10, and he grabs the last titan's head, rips it out of his body, crushes it, and turns that shit into projectiles for him to throw at Levi. What a fucking gruesome but creative way to go about that. But when you see the page where he actually throws this shit, like, it looks like there's just like way more shit that I would have expected. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Like, you thought his throwing technique was fucking crazy? Check out the way he fucking crushes shit. Now that's fucking crazy right there. For someone that supposedly didn't want to do something like this, Zeke really likes making fun of Levi, doesn't he? If he is someone that will do whatever it takes for the good of Elia, why is he such a sadistic asshole? Zeke has shown almost no remorse for anything. He casually turns Elians, the people that he claims to be helping, into mindless titans to use them as puppets. Lets Mike or Mike, the pronunciation is whatever, die in a real fucked up way, for no real reason. Makes a game out of decimating the fucking dozens of Survey Corp members, and sold his parents out as a child. He has shown over and over and over again that he doesn't value human life. He sees people as tools. Zeke had to learn how to emotionally detach himself from the situation. He justifies his actions as necessary, and then rationalizes that he should at least have fun while doing it. Fucked up logic, I know. But even then, Kruger was also someone that was doing bad things for the greater good, and that guy still had his humanity. He wasn't a sadistic asshole, and he definitely showed remorse. This reminds me of Annie. We can all look back at said Annie fan art all we want, but at the end of the day, she squishes insects and spins people around and throws them into the sunset like fucking Team Rocket. But was she pure evil? I don't think so. And I don't think Zeke is pure evil either. Just, you know, that he's definitely not some roll-up good guy doing whatever it takes to do the right thing. The truth lies somewhere in the middle ground. And that middle ground is just the fact that Zeke is a fucking asshole doing what he thinks is the right thing. Just because he's a genius and claims to be fighting for a right cause doesn't make him any less of a hypocrite or have any less potential of committing fucking terrible shit. He gets upset that the Survey Corps members was throwing their lives away, celebrates how good this throwing technique is, and then he claims that he didn't want to do any of these things. It's not black and white, man. It's complicated. But yeah, maybe we shouldn't go around assuming how other people feel. Unless you don't want to be popular with the ladies. So, when he starts taunting Levi in this moment, you can see in this panel the thought bubble and the speech bubble, and they're like practically saying the same thing in different ways. He isn't just being cruel here. He is actively trying to rile Levi up and make him do something reckless and hopefully create an opening. Zeke doesn't understand camaraderie. He is incapable of placing trust in anyone. Since he was a young baby boy, he had to wear a mask, and never allowing himself to get close to anyone in order to keep his intentions hidden. Life is a big chess game, and Zeke doesn't care if he has to lose some of his pawns. If he cared, that would be a problem, a weakness. Camaraderie is a liability. So he mocks it. So when he sees Levi, you know, someone that just radiates loyalty and trust, he assumes that is his fucking weakness. This sentimental dumbass is not gonna kill his men, right? Well, it turns out Zeke is just a really bad manga reader and barely remembers anything. But I do. Levi's camaraderie is not his weakness, it's his strength. He said so himself. Everyone that died will make Levi stronger. Turns out this was a little bit more literal than anyone was expecting. And as Levi cuts, 3 branches and dodges more of Zeke's attacks, he says, "Do you know just how many comrades that we have killed?" Which is funny, because fucking Zeke himself was the cause of most of them. He fucking doesn't remember anything from the manga. That guy's a fucking speed reader. Or maybe it's fucking 11 out of 10 intelligence, just loop back to 1 out of 10. Anyway, Levi uses his thunder spears and just obliterates Zeke.
てめえの敗因はたった一つだぜ。
Zeke.
たった一つのシンプルな答えだ。てめえは俺を怒らせた。
You know, Levi, I think calling him Beard Face just seems a little bit inappropriate now. He then says he won't kill Zeke yet, and the scene ends. Levi, at this point, you probably should. But yeah, turns out Zeke's 11 out of 10 super smart plan of running away while Levi looks in the other direction didn't work out. You know, when I say it like that, it almost sounds stupid. In my last video, I said that Levi's plan of feeding Zeke to someone else was a really good idea, and the fact that Paredes didn't thought of that sooner was some fucking convenient-ass writing. Now, one of the comments in that video pointed out that was not the case. If Paredes did that, they would have been vulnerable to potential attacks from, the outside world. That makes total sense. But but we gotta keep in mind that Levi in that chapter and this chapter, he was more than willing to realize his fucking plan. So why Why didn't he fucking do it? Why didn't he just keep one of the fucking Titans alive? He could have done that. Like, these Titans were fast, sure, and they were like, their movements were crazy, but this is fucking Levi, the guy that killed all of them. Levi could have very easily just cut the fucking limbs, cut the eyes, cut everything, just leave this fucking guy immobile, and he would chase Zeke, and this fucking guy would be stuck regenerating. That could have been done. Like, he would arrive, bring fucking Zeke snacks to this fucking guy, and that would have been it. Zeke would have been done. Okay? What's the justification for that? He was not even thinking. He was so emotional that he was not even using his fucking brain. Now this seems like some fucking convenient ass writing to me. Okay? Look, I'm not trying to be mean here. I just want my boy Barris back. Okay? Hashtag bring Barris back. 3Bs. Very simple. Speaking of that, why did Zeke attack now? Did he hear the conversation Levi was having with the other soldiers in last chapter? You know, like, did he just grow a fucking big ear and start listening to the conversation? Or did he just happen to attack right when Levi was making his plans? Kind of like how Reiner decided to reveal himself when Eren and everyone else was already suspecting them back in Season 2. Can you imagine what would happen to Reiner if he stayed fucking quiet? Hopefully it wouldn't be a fucking Annie situation. Anyway, this doesn't really matter. What I'm more interested in is the fact that Eren and Zeke apparently have a time and a place set up for a meeting. But the Yeagerists want to know Zeke's location. They were the ones that provided the wine to the Levi's crew, aka they were the reason this whole fucking thing happened. Why do they need Zeke's location if they prepared this attack? Was Zeke even supposed to activate the wine right now? Did they anticipate Zeke getting his fucking ass kicked by Levi? As far as we know, if Zeke didn't do anything, the Yeagerists would have shown up there, right? So, what the fuck is going on? Well, for now, just remember this shit. I'll come back to it later. But now we just we gotta move on to the next fucking scene. Whoa! Look at this beautiful looking Sheena with the fucking the bird bomb lake. Okay. It's good to see this place like this, you know, just ready for another grim reminder. You know, the place where Keith and the cadets are reminds me of the place where he and Grisha were during the fucking Keith flashback episode. Could be the same one, but slightly different, so I don't know. Anyway, as Keith yells at the cadets, we shift focus on some of the fucking stupid kids there. They think fighting Titans is a waste of time, which, you know, reminds me of the fucking attitude some of the people had, like, back in the first episode of the show. Why do we need to fight Titans? The wall hasn't been reached in 100 years. Yeah, yeah, well, you know, some people who tend to think like this are the people that usually tend to get fucking killed by the Titans. So, then hopefully history won't repeat itself. Yeah, right. If these kids think like this, why are they even here? That's what I'm not understanding. Like, I guess, like, maybe just to get some skills so they can later eventually join the Yeagers. Is that it? Speaking of them, look who's here. Hey, did they really just, you know, like showing up unannounced, huh? It's really not cool, man, okay? Like, you can't even fucking clean your fucking house. I can't even wear something fucking nice before having flock up in my fucking face, man. This is just embarrassing, man. It's not fucking cool. Hanji's here, too. Keith, tries to sound cool and makes weird analogies, but immediately gets shot down by Flock. He claims he was aiming for the leg, but he missed. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does he just have bad aim? Is that it? Is it him just talking big and not being able to back it up? Like, I wouldn't think Flock would miss on purpose, right? Like, he doesn't care about Shadis, especially considering, you know, what happens, you know, a little bit later. That's all Flock's doing, so I don't understand this. Flock says that they don't have use for an old guy like you who's got no redeeming qualities. Wait, does that mean that we're not gonna get the fucking redemption arc that we were promised? No! Being the charismatic leader that he is, Flock gives a pretty good speech, you know, like just capitalizing on the fears and doubts that these recruits were having earlier. Keith's way of doing things is obsolete and will get everyone killed. It's time for these gamers to rise up! So the kids that were talking earlier jump shit immediately. But Flock shows his true colors. You either beat up Keith, who represents the bad habits they need to weed out, or you get to be thrown in jail. Alright! Alright! Show me your resolve. This is fucked up. This is really fucked up. It's not a meme anymore. I'm not joking around. This is really fucked up, bro. Fuck, man. This is not cool. This is not okay. I didn't even finish reading. Beat up Instructor Shaders until he can no longer stand? This is really fucked up. I don't want to read that. Oh god, I don't want to read this, man. This is fucked up. I feel like there's like someone out there who's like, ick, fuck you, Keith said it, you were mean to Tata and her potato. Fuck, man. Oh my god, this is so fucked up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you say, bro, you just keep stabbing me, man, bro. The more power Flock has, the more of a fucking piece of shit he becomes. I really liked him back in the fucking Return to Shingeki arc. I really did. He was basically Jean before he had character development, you know, just calling everyone out, It was awesome. And now he's just a fucking monster, man. Hanji yells at him to stop acting like an idiot, and Hanji, I don't think he's acting. Keith once again tries to act tough by saying the kids won't be a match for him. And man, not even a page later, a panel later, the same page where he says he's gonna take the fucking kids on is the same page that has the fucking aftermath of his body all beaten the fuck up. I can see how people would find this funny. There's definitely like a perfect comedic timing here. Isayama fucking loves to do this kind of shit. But I personally, I was too busy being fucking horrified by this whole situation, man. I'm actually glad that I didn't get to see the full action. This is all just so fucked up. Hanji, regardless of how many pipsqueaks come at me, they're no match for me. I didn't even like go to another page. It was already right there in the same page. You're not gonna be a match for me, and there's already there on the floor bleeding. This old fucking bald piece of shit. You did well. All of you will be welcome. Fuck. This is not cool. Fuck. There's the redemption for Keith. There you go. There you go. There you fucking go. If there's anything positive from this, is the fact that Keith probably provoked the kids on purpose so they wouldn't, you know, be thrown in jail. Maybe. I mean, like, if the Yeagerists are stopped, like, they're probably gonna be in jail, right? So it doesn't really matter. And becoming a Yeagerist also doesn't really sound like the safest thing anyway. Maybe Keith really thought he was hot shit and history repeated itself again. I had a hard time reading these fucking pages. But if there's anyone that had a harder time than me, that would be fucking Hanji, okay? Who had a crush on Keith back in the day. Look at that fucking face, man. That's not a happy one. Let's just say that. But there's no time to feel bad about anything, cause fuck, what the fuck? You look like fucking Yelena, bro. What's going on? He's fine in the next panel. Anyway, Flock wants to know where Zeke is being detained. I told you to remember this, right? I told you, because it's relevant. But first, let's talk about Eren, okay? Eren is looking a little bit depressed there, right? Well, at the very least, he's not sitting in a chair looking like a goddamn fucking dumbass. What the fuck was that? Throughout this entire arc, and especially this chapter, we have like all these fucking people just yelling about how cool Eren is, and he's gonna lead Eldia, and all of this fucking shit, and it's just, it's just surreal. I don't remember if he had ever showed any leadership skills, and now he looks so disconnected from everyone and everything, even his own fucking Yeagerists. He barely seems to be doing anything himself, you know, while Flock is the one that pulls people in, gets them to help him escape the prison, and fucking bombs Zackley. What are they seeing in Eren? Because right now, he's you know, just a messiah with fucking cool powers. I don't think Eren's seeing anything in them, though. They just seem like convenient to whatever he's doing. But going back to the whole Zeke location thing, while the chat bros have a meeting point, Eren and the Jaegers are still walking around asking, like, for Zeke's location. Could it be that Eren never intended to meet Zeke where they're supposed to meet? Or maybe he is actively misleading the fucking Jaegerists? It could also, again, just be the fact that even though they set up Zeke's attack in this chapter, and, you know, like, they predicted Levi could still stop Zeke, you know, which ended up happening, but they were like supposed to be there on time and help Zeke out. Maybe, I don't know. Wherever Zeke is going now is probably not where they were planning, right? Anyway, I'm getting too ahead of myself. We get this shot of, you know, horror heroes in jail. There's like a bunch of people in the background. I assume it's Sasha's family, but I'm not really sure. I'm not recognizing anyone. I'm also not seeing fucking Gabby and fucking Mr. Onion coupons. I don't know where they are. Mikasa is, yeah. Just the fact that you're not seeing her face already says, you know, a lot. No, she's not doing great, okay? But you know who's looking great, though? Fucking Armin. Yo, goddamn, he looks like a fucking man here, okay, man? Remember when the fucking anime staff just exaggerated his fucking feminine features? Especially that fucking bunny costume that made me feel like really like conflicting emotions. Where was I going with that? Hey, Jean, you're reminding me of something. Anyway, we arrive at the final scene of the chapter. Zeke wakes up after having a long nap, but unfortunately, he's in for a rude awakening as he sees that not only he is tied up, and I gotta say, those knots are fucking crazy. That is like fucking borderline fetish BDSM shit. Okay, Levi, I do not need to know this. But also, he has a thunder spear jammed in his gut with the fuse connected to a wire tied around his neck. Okay, this is epic.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what? What? Wait.
I find it really cute that the anime in Season 3 made sleeping darts a thing. And the manga now has this. Just, the shit machine might be gone, but its legacy lives on. I never thought I would say this, but can we get a fucking zoom in on those feet, please? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many niggers are in my store?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't fucking play that! What the hell? He says a bad word! But yeah, what's up with fucking 4 fingers? What? His fucking skin is like triggering my fucking trypophobia. Oh. But hey, man, like at least he has his fucking beard back, right? You know, Zeke knows his fucking priorities. The beard should always regenerate first, or else Levi's gonna look fucking stupid every time he calls him a fucking beard face. Zeke knows how Levi is, you know, no longer popular with the ladies, so he's gonna help him out, you know, like make sure just he doesn't look bad. It makes me think though, like how can these guys even cut their hair? Do they need to actively stop the generation from happening? Like, in that panel with Armin, and like, is there a part in his brain right there that is just like, no, don't go back to the bowl cut. No, just stop right there. But yeah, Zeke takes this whole situation about as well as you would expect, and just starts vomiting. Zeke said he was gonna save Eren like back in chapter 83, but it looks like he's gonna be the one that needs that fucking saving. Okay. What do you think Eren would say if he saw his fucking brother in this state? Look how pathetic you are, me son. You're being enslaved by a lowly hawkerman. The new Eldian Empire has no use for someone like you. Yeah, my Eren has a gun. Don't fucking question it, okay? It's my fucking fanfiction. Besides the vomiting and the just overall state of his body, Zeke pretty much leaves the forest how he came. I just would like to know where the fuck these horses came from. I couldn't find them during all of the scenes in the forest. Like, I just never seen them anywhere. After explaining to Zeke his whole predicament, Levi gets up and says something really interesting. Was being covered in vomit and shit while bawling your eyes, all according to your plan. I can't help but feel like Isayama is just poking fun at the fans' expectations of Zeke, you know, like, we all thought he was gonna be this fucking eyes and ass, like, light Yagami, fucking super smart character, and, you know, just all according to Keikaku, and, he ends up like that. And just when you think shit's not gonna get worse for Zeke, it fucking does, and Levi pulls out his fucking blade and just starts chopping his fucking legs. Looks like fucking beast meat is back in the menu, boys. Levi says that if he doesn't do this, Zeke could turn into a Titan, which, you know, like, it makes sense. But you know what you should also do, Levi? Gag him so he doesn't fucking scream and turn other people into Titans. And so, with his skin burned off, thunder spear in the gut, and legs and feet chopped off, the first thing that Zeke asks is, "Where are my weapons?" I'm sorry, but yeah, that just goes to show how important they are to him, right? Like, unfortunately, Levi doesn't know or care about this, and Zeke just, I guess, drifts off to sleep. I'm not sure, but yeah, he remembers someone very important to him. Yes, now this makes me feel good. I feel fucking good. I'm happy. I'm not one for violence, but Zeke's a piece of shit, and he... We're finally gonna talk about this fucking fat fuck with the fucking glasses. He was in like that fuck. He was like in a chapter like, oh dude, the number, it's 86, 87. Like oh my god, we're finally gonna talk about this fucking guy. It's not gonna be this chapter, but I'm excited. February, right? Oh my god, we're gonna talk about that, yo. It's glasses Coon, not to be confused with fucking goggles Coon, huh? Remember that guy? And that name? Oof. Like, that was fucking 2014. I asked earlier if we were feeling old. I know I do, man. That is fucking ancient years. Apparently his fucking name is Abel. And get this, there's a fucking, like, one of Rod's kids is also named Abel. I think she's a girl. I'm not sure, but... It doesn't matter, man. This fucking guy is gonna be always Goggles Coon to me, okay? What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, yeah, Glasses Coon. Yeah, right. Well, let's just say that this fucking guy was not called Mysterious Man in the character encyclopedia for fucking nothing, okay? Xavier-san is his name. And this guy has been introduced all the way back in the Grisha flashbacks when, you know, when he was there when Zeke sold out his parents. Some people say that this guy right here might be the same character, but you know, I'm not sure on that. Maybe it's like a relative. You know, his red armband means that he's an honorary Marleyan, which means that he's either a full-fledged warrior, you know, a Titan shifter, or a close relative to a warrior, like Reiner's mom. This panel right here might be the very first time we have ever seen Zeke genuinely happy. Zeke has never allowed himself to get close to anyone. But any child needs love and support, you know, something that Grisha and Dina failed to do. But Xavier didn't. he treats him as an actual person. Zeke was influenced by him as a child and took everything he said to heart. So when we have a scene with a young Zeke training with young Reiner, Bertolt, Annie, and everyone else, and they're talking about inheriting Titans, and he doesn't have the glasses, and then the next time you see him, he has the Beast Titan, and he has the glasses? Yeah, like, Xavier is probably the previous Beastie. The glasses, you could say that they symbolize just Zeke seeing the world through Xavier's ideologies, you know. With the whole path situation, it might be more little than we thought. We can already make some predictions. Xavier was not the only Titan shifter present in Grisha and Dina's arrests. Kruger was also there. From what we know of this guy, he was not alone. Like, he told us he had a doctor, you know, helping him out. But there's probably a whole lot more people. Xavier is probably one of them. The Beast Titan and the Attack Titan working together. Where have I seen that before? All this playtime with Xavier is probably what got him so obsessed with baseball. You would think if he played with someone else, it would mean that Zeke cares about this person. But has he ever done that? Have we seen that? I don't really remember. Oh, yeah, he played with Eren off screen. But yeah, well, I'm not exactly sure about Zeke's relationship with Colt or even Falco and Gabby. I do think he genuinely cares about Eren. After losing Xavier, you know, just and having again to live his life, just having bear the weight of the mission, never trusting anyone, never confiding anyone. Now there's someone out there who understands him, someone who sees the same things the same way he does. His own brother. Oh my God, Oni-chan. I think most people expect Zeke to eventually betray Eren, right? Like, you know, because you know, like he did that to his own parents. But I think, if anything, because he did that, I think he would do anything to protect Eren. I think even Zeke feels kind of bad about the parent situation. If there's any potential betray here, though, it would be from Eren. I find it hard to believe that he gives any fucks about Zeke. This was a great chapter. Zeke versus Levi round 3 was amazing. I can't wait to see it animated. Zeke's suffering is definitely cathartic. I hope Flock gets some of that action later on. As for Keith, that's all I can say. So, where is Levi going exactly? Do you think Pixies is even gonna get to change his outfit before he dies? Like, he's still wearing the Garrison uniform and not the one that Zachary had, you know, with the black shield and the white cross. And what kind of secrets do you think are gonna be revealed in the next chapter? What if we were gonna learn how Zeke wipes his own ass? What if Xavier taught him how to wipe his own ass? Zeke likes Xavier because his father, Grisha, never taught him how to wipe his own ass correctly. This is so tragic. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. But seriously, like, I love reading those. If you don't care, I don't know, just type something else like, I don't know, I want to fuck Astoria, you know. I do too, but, you know, maybe don't do that. Like, it's really inappropriate, especially given her whole... Yeah, you know, just type E. You know, not update a meme, I know, but that's probably for the better. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out anytime now, and I have to fucking disappear. I'm already getting fucking spoiled, and I don't want to get more spoiled. Okay, so that's it, man. Hopefully, I'm done with that game before the next chapter comes out. But you know, until then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. This shit was on my legs the whole fucking time because it's really cold, okay? Fuck.